let's finish the last couple ones really fast here. Greg still can't get on our computer. I don't know what's going on here. So number 4 is about completion. And there's a lot of power in teaching our children to simply complete something. It doesn't have to be huge. It can be small, but just teach them to complete. You started this, let's finish it. So I'll often do something like that. If I bought something for my kids, some craft or something, and then they, of course, they move on and they're like, well, I want this. Well, you didn't finish that one. When you finish that project, I'll buy you the next one, right? So I'm teaching them that if you want the next thing in life, if you want that new thing, we have to finish what we started.
But a little note of wisdom here. Please listen very, very carefully to this. Not everything in life is worth finishing.
That is also true.
Sometimes we're trying to get our kids to finish things that should not be finished.
Maybe we should have never started.
My daughter, that same daughter now that wants to do 54 miles across the Scottish Highlands in less than 24 hours, she joined a volleyball team when we lived in Georgia, and it was toxic. The coach was toxic. The team was toxic. And she got halfway the season. She's like, I hate this. I'm literally beginning to hate volleyball, which she loves, because the team was so toxic. So is it wise at that point to say, we're finishers in this family? We do hard things. We go all the way. I was like, quit. Like, you should have quit that yesterday. There's no way I'm forcing you to finish this just to be gritty. We'll get gritty some other way. We're not staying in things that shouldn't be stayed in.
Yeah. So it requires some intuition there. But one of the ways, very often, sometimes we can't, and our children can't complete things simply because we have too many things going on. So I think one process or one helpful approach to being able to complete things is identify the things we actually want to complete and get rid of the rest of them. Quit the rest of them if necessary. Like as humans, we just cannot do 10,000 things. We have to prioritize and then focus on completing those things,
What matters?
the things that matter.
And the way to choose that, guys, just a quick activity, is just look at the things that add the most value to your life. It's a really great way to evaluate. So I bet everyone here already has too many things. In fact, I guarantee it.
We have
I can confidently say everybody in this room is trying to do too many things. And that's a good problem. So then, one of the things all of us need to do better is say no to more things. You're like, well, what do I say no to? Start evaluating like which things add the most value to your life and your kids' lives, and you go with those.
And sometimes it is a case of strategic procrastination because you may have things that you're like, yeah, I do want those things, but I can't do them all now. So let me put them in an order of completion. First, I'm going to complete this and then I'll complete that. But if we try, we're like, well, I want to do this and I want to do that and I want to do this and I want to do that. And then we're all over the place and we never complete something. Like competence, capability, confidence come from completing projects. When we complete, it literally like builds our self-esteem and our confidence. We feel so good. So we have to learn how to get in the habit of completion, even if that means eliminating things and then putting the rest in order and finishing them in order. Okay, last one. And this is just about contribution. So I think too often we want our children to help out and we make it a form of, well, because I said so, or you need to be obedient, or it's a punishment. You did that, so go clean the toilet, right? Or if you loved me, you would wash your dishes.
Or sad ones that I see, you guys. Oh, I'm so mad at you. Do push ups. You're in such big trouble. Go running. And we turn these wonderful, good things that we want our kids to do into punishments. So, what kind of association are they going to carry through life? Running is what you do when you're in trouble. Push ups is what you do when you've been bad. It's like,
Or dishes are what you do when
no,
you've been bad.
no.
Right? We don't want that negative association. We want it to be in a positive association. I remember early on, I had to make this transition myself because I did feel like doing the dishes or cleaning up, like they were bad things. And I didn't want to do them and no one else wanted to do them. Blah, it's horrible. It's terrible. And I thought, I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life. I better reframe this and make it a positive thing so I can then model for my children that it's a positive thing. So it becomes a part of their life and what they want to do. Because if we're going to do it and it needs to be done, we might as well enjoy it because we'll get more pleasure and joy out of life. So I learned to love. Well, first I learned to pick the things I actually liked, right? And that's interesting that every personality has different chores that they gravitate to. Great. Lean into that. Greg hates the dishes. I like it. I love putting my hands in hot water, right? So focus on the parts of it that you enjoy. Focus on helping your children recognize the specific chores that they either enjoy or tolerate, and let them lean into that and then emphasize that they're contributing to the family. They're actually contributing and adding real value. Like if you can really emphasize to your kids that this helps out so much, you are really supporting the family here. You are really bringing value to the family when you do that thing. I appreciate it so much. It's so valuable. Thank you. Then they get this sense of contribution. They get this sense that their effort matters. Like it makes a difference to you. It makes a difference to the family. And that helps them to develop a work ethic of like, yeah, me doing work matters to people. It matters to my family. It matters to our home. And I feel valuable and important because I'm fulfilling that role, right? That's the approach that I have found works best when it comes to chores in general, because everyone begins to have this sense of the importance of their contribution and that without them, and at some point, this does become true. If my child who does the laundry stops doing the laundry, we're all in trouble because we really do rely on them doing the laundry. We really do rely on my son that does the dishes. We really do rely on, my son that fixes everything. We rely on each other. We need each other
And that's a core fundamental human need
to be needed.
to
Yeah.
be needed. They want to feel useful, especially your tweens and teens. They want to feel useful.
Yeah.
It might
And
seems
that builds their
counterintuitive. They're like,
confidence.
I don't want to do that. It's like, no, we need you. We need you here. So we've always taught that it's a team thing. This is team denning. Everyone carries a load.
And sometimes I do word it in that way, not in a way that I'm trying to, it's not manipulative, but it's sincere and sometimes vulnerable of like, guys, honestly, I really need your help. I can't do this and this and this and this unless I get some help. So which job could you help me with here? Because I can't do them all. Literally, I can't. And then they see, mom really does need help. I can help out. Yes, I can help her. And they love it. And that builds their competence, it builds their confidence, and they just feel so good actually being a contributing member to the family. Okay,
You guys,
that's it.
this stuff is so good, man. I love it. I hope you get excited about it and all the little stuff and things and these little adjustments. There are several things here. You can just make these little adjustments, these little
Yeah. So
applications, and you can make such a big difference in your family.
think of the little ways you can either tighten up the morning routines, how you can help them completing projects before they switch to something else, how you can help them by like doing the 2-minute rule, things like that. Like all the 5 habits we've talked about, just think of specific ways that you can implement these this week. And like Greg is saying, it sometimes feels so small, but it's really the small things that build and build and stack and are repeated and repeated that are actually the things that create discipline. That is how it is built. It's built by little daily actions and habits.